His overall career totals are 54 victories against only 3 defeats, with 37 KOs to his credit. For 7.5 years, he ruled the division, making 15 defenses of the title. Tonight, he returns to Caesar's Palace, where he won it all in '78. Ladies and gentlemen, from Easton, Pennsylvania, the challenger, former heavyweight champion of the world, the Easton Assassin, Larry Holmes. And his opponent fighting out of the blue corner, wearing the gold trunks with white trim, weighing in at an even 210 pounds, is 1984. Olympic bronze medalist, was the first of that great '84 team to win a world title, becoming cruiserweight champion in only his 13th bout as a professional. Since moving up to the heavyweight division, he's maintained a perfect record, which now totals 27 victories without a defeat, 22 by KO. Ladies and gentlemen, from Atlanta, Georgia, the two-time world champion and current undefeated, undisputed heavyweight champion of the world, Evander, the real deal, Holyfield.
You've been through all the instructions. Expect a tough, clean fight. Protect yourself at all times. Any questions from Mr. Holmes or his corner? Any questions, Mr. Holyfield or his corner? Let's get it on.
Okay, baby, let's go. Get down to business, and here we go.
Holyfield going right at Holmes. Said he wants Holmes to be active. He doesn't want him to be in a defensive posture. Holyfield said he's been most successful with boxers who have fought him.
And what he means by that, Len, is he likes a fighter to open up with him and trade punches with him, because really that's where Holyfield has been most successful. When Douglas opened up with him, caught him with a good counter punch. Dokes, of course, in that wild fight they had right here, he opened up and knocked him out finally in the 10th round, I believe. So that's well, that's one of the things that Evander enjoys, a good brawl.
You see Holyfield easily ducking the punches of Larry Holmes here in the early going. Holyfield goes to the body, sticking out that left hand of his, as he's wont to do.
Of course, in that fight against George Foreman, we saw Evander Holyfield in those mid-rounds land some of the most exceptional combinations that I've seen thrown, really, especially by a big man, a big heavyweight.
Holmes went to the right hand, didn't do much damage. Holyfield's been working the body a bit. Now he comes with the overhand right. Goes to the body with the jab.
Throughout the fight against Larry Holmes, and was doing that, headhunting and throwing some wild punches like that. But Holyfield obviously learned from that, and he's going downstairs right off the bat.
Holyfield has been in command nearly 2 minutes into the round. Left hand from Evander. Well, as Holmes said to the camera, he was no Tommy Morrison against Mercer. He's quickly learned that Evander Holyfield is no Ray Mercer here.
It's a very good point, because Evander Holyfield really is fighting the right fight, putting pressure on, and putting Larry Holmes in a defensive posture throughout this first round.
Holmes has yet to land a good blow. It's been Evander Holyfield here in the first round. Low blow from Holmes, a low blow. Mills Lanes will warn him.
Well, Mills Lane got a little bit more upset about that low blow than Evander Holyfield did. It's as if it never even landed. Holyfield came right back after Holmes.
Holmes' punch is blocked. Holyfield finishes off with a left. Another one. That's the round. Seemed a bit long, but that's the round to Holyfield.
Holmes at the end of the round was about the only punch he threw and landed. Thing right there on the nose of Evander Holyfield. Didn't seem to bother Evander much, because he came right out of it with a nice left hook that fell a little short. There's that right hand.
Here we go for round two.
Excuse me, Len, let me throw it in, which I didn't have a chance to say on the replay. Holmes set up that right hand by extending that left hand, the one that Duva was complaining. He's safe, but if he opens the glove up and palms, it's an illegal tactic.
Holyfield, obviously the quicker fighter. Glancing right hand. Larry dug a right low, and Holyfield with a left to the body.
Well, Evander Holyfield, Larry Holmes threw a right uppercut, and Evander Holyfield just missed with a beautiful counter left hook. And that's the thing that I think Evander has in his favor here, is that good speed, the good counter punch.
Well, here's where it looks like the Mercer fight. Holmes was content to stay in the corner and scored. And here Holyfield, now he's scoring 2 left hands. The uppercut from Holmes. Oh, left hand from Larry Holmes. So the Mercer tactic working here against Holyfield. Holyfield content to stay in here rather than dancing away. That was the argument earlier. What if Holyfield went out to the middle of the ring and Holmes didn't come back after him?
Well, Holyfield's not the type of guy that says, I'm not going to come over after you and go to the middle of the ring and wait for him. He's going to take the attack right to Holmes like he's doing right now. This is shades of the Ali rope-a-dope right here that Holmes is trying to employ. And throw a nice right hand off of Holyfield's chin.
And the crowd roaring. They thought that Holyfield was staggered, but Holyfield now coming back. The right hand from Holmes. Holyfield content to dig his head in here in the second round. Oh, Holmes with the right uppercut.
The right uppercut that landed a little low. Of course, Mills Lane on the other side didn't see it, but snuck that one in a little low.
Content to stay in the corner, and Holmes scoring. Now Holyfield backs off. At least Holyfield consistent in all of his defenses. He takes punches. Many of them.
Look at
Holmes looking down towards the commentators.
Well, he's looking directly at George Foreman, the man he has eyes for as far as if he wins this fight, that's the man he wants to fight. Larry Holmes wants to fight George Foreman.
And he's giving it to Evander Holyfield more than he's getting.
And right now he's fighting Evander Holyfield quite well right here in the corner.
Final seconds of the second round. George Foreman working tonight's bout for HBO on tape delay. And a big smile, he's looking down. No, Duba says go to the other corner, and Holmes pats him on the head. Larry enjoying himself.
All right, here we go. Back to the corner here. This could have been any point in time. There was that low blow I was talking about. Followed it with a right uppercut. Threaded the needle there. A little right hand chopping to the ear. 2 of them. It's exactly what he did against Ray Mercer in Atlantic City. Same sequence, but different angle. The double uppercut, 2 chopping right hands.
Aiming at Holyfield, stop fighting his fight. Third round. Now they're in the middle of the ring. It's a strong second round for the 42-year-old. And Holyfield with the combination.
Holmes is just so good at really deflecting punches and parrying punches. He's quite surprising at the speed that they're coming at him at, that he's able to really coordinate his hands and parry a lot of those punches. Of course, Holyfield waiting for the one that he isn't able to parry, that can maybe start off a rally for himself here. But right now, Holmes is really fighting a beautiful offensive and defensive fight.
And Holyfield trying to set it up with a jab. He did not jab as much as his corner wanted against Cooper. Trying to be more effective with it to set up that right hand here tonight. There it is, the right hand. And it was a big one. And another one from Holyfield.
Holmes' eyes are clear, though. He absorbed that quite well.
2 big right hands absorbed by Larry Holmes. He's missing as he tries to come out with the right hand. Inside of a minute remaining in the third. Holyfield connects with the left hook.
He was doing better in the corner than he was in the middle of the ropes in the middle of the round, even though he just caught Holyfield with 2 short right hands.
And Holmes was smiling moments ago, almost in disdain. And he's fighting at Holyfield. 12 seconds to go in the round. Holmes staring at Holyfield, looking at him, a half smirk at times. Holmes has taken as good as Holyfield had in that third round.
Let's go back to the action. This is the right hand that started, that was the first good right hand that Holyfield landed. And of course, it looks like Holmes took it well. He's got his eyes focused here. And a little chopping right hand over the top. Holmes pulling him down, but it didn't hurt him as much as that right hand looked as big as it was. It didn't do that much damage. Holmes is clear right there. He took that second one right over.
Holmes' corner wanted him to go to the jab. Holyfield, as we noted, using more of it tonight than he did against Cooper. Another right hand, glancing from Holyfield.
Virtue of Holyfield pressing the action, trying to make the fight happen. Of course, you know, he's going to get the favorable scoring at this point as far as this round is concerned.
Now they come over to this corner. Holyfield backs off this time. Larry wants to stay in that corner. Now Holmes comes to him. Holyfield's corner wants him to move away and back off and not stay here. Coming down to a minute to go in the fourth. Larry, and then look out for a little elbow and the right hand from Holmes.
Good right hand, left hook, uppercut, and Holmes is really doing quite well against the rope to take the fight to the center of the ring.
Holmes again effective with the right hand. Holmes has been better, operating from the corners. Holmes just holding his shoulders.
That's right. By holding his shoulders, he stops his arms from coming forward and
Right hand
muffles a lot of punches.
A couple of low blows in there from Larry as well. Uppercut from Holmes in the right hand, and then Holyfield goes after him in the final seconds of the fourth.
He does, but Holmes blocked everything that Holyfield came back with.
Not that one. Overhand right from Holyfield. Exciting end to the fourth round. I'm with you on that. Now the chance of Larry at Caesar's Palace as we start the fifth round in the middle of the ring. Larry landed the right, and then Holyfield landed.
Holmes stepped in with a jab right hand that really had a lot of vicious intent on it, and of course Holyfield wrote it out and tried to come back with his own counter right hand.
Utilizing it more. Nearly a minute gone in the fifth. Holmes with the jabs. One connected, one grazed. Holyfield works the body with the right and the head with the left.
Holmes is very, very clever. I mean, he is rolling with these punches. He's dipping and using his elbows to block the body shots. And landed a 1-2. Landed a great right hand and wobbled Holyfield a little bit right there.
And Holyfield comes back with a right of his own.
That's right, and that's why I said it didn't look like it affected his eyes. You got to look into a fighter's eyes. And there goes that counter right hand.
And a good combination from Holyfield.
Something Mercer did not do in that fight, as we go back to that fight as an example. And also threw the left hook off that right hand. Holyfield came back the right hand and left hook to counter punch and turned Larry Holmes here in the corner.
Oh, and Holmes with a good right hand out of the corner. After him.
Well, Holmes can come out and just lead Holyfield right back to the corner again if he so desires.
Connected with the right, Holmes did.
At this point.
It ain't long. Listen, start stepping to him with that jab. Touching him, touching him.
Just give me that jab.
Stopping short of saying that Larry Holmes is winning a lot of these rounds as this fight goes on. He's landed 49% of his punches, if I'm not mistaken.
With jabs. Oh, Holyfield cracked the right hand over the top.
He did, and again, Holmes was rolling with it. Got
And
the
a couple
shoulder.
jabs from Holyfield.
The shoulder in the way of the chin and rolling with that punch.
And Holmes backs off towards the ropes, and Holyfield obliges him. Comes in after him with the right. Minute gone in the sixth.
Against rope, he's deflecting a lot of punches. And let's see if he turns it on the last half of this round to pull it out for himself.
He's trying to hold him at arm's length with the left hand. And Holyfield working the body in corner.
Oh!
Big right hand
right
from Larry
hand.
Holmes. And Holyfield, as he's shown, continues to take the big punches. Lands some of his own. Another right hand over the top from Holyfield. A left, another right from Evander. And Holmes coming out of there.
One or two of those right hands got in. Larry Holmes again deflecting a lot. Came back with a little body shot of his own. But landed the more clean and effective punches right before that series on the ropes here with two right hands. Holmes landed two great right hands.
Final seconds of the 6th.
Well, it looks like Evander got a headbutt right off the ropes there, and I'm not sure. He is cut, and it's a bad cut in the eyelid.
Around the eye. And that's exactly what Lou Duva, now he's out yelling at Mills Lane in the ring.
Well, Lou Duva said he hit him with a headbutt, but it was Evander Holyfield that looked like he fell forward into the ropes, and Mills Lane is saying he didn't see what happened.
And Duva's trying to claim it was intentional, because should it be ruled accidental and should it go to the cards and should Holmes be ahead, he would be the winner if Holyfield were not able to continue.
Exactly. Turned away from it. That's why he didn't see it. Here we go. Both
elbow. Elbow.
Let's see it. It was an elbow he caught as he came in. They were trading punches. That was accidental.
It was an elbow. And Mills Lane telling Lou Duva to get out of the ring.
It's a terrible cut, and it's in the eyelid, and it's already bleeding, and it's bothering Evander Holyfield.
Remember, we talked about fateful 7th rounds. Here we go. For Larry Holmes. Holmes trying to work that eye with the jab. It was an elbow, as we saw from that replay. He's squinting a bit as the blood flows from the right eye. The champ with blood on his face and on his trunks. And a long way to go.
I can't. This has been virtually ineffective against Larry Holmes to this point.
And snapped his head back with a jab there, Joe. Continues to flow in the right eye of Evander Holyfield. And Holyfield. Larry trying to hold him off with the left. Oh, Holmes with the right. A good jab, left jab from Larry Holmes. A right over the top from Holyfield. Backs Holmes into the corner. Holmes has his gloves up in defense.
Deflected the power from it. The crowd roared, but oh, good right hand by Larry Holmes. Stepped right in off the jab. And Evander Holyfield looks very fatigued, very tired, and looks like his confidence is really starting to deteriorate in this fight.
Miss and make him pay. You understand? Now you don't have to get into a fight with this guy. Okay. You're making this guy look.
Here we go. Larry Holmes missed the right hand, and Holyfield walked right into it. In Holyfield's corner, they've hired freelance cutman Ace Murata. Have adrenaline will travel, and he really put a hold on the bleeding in that eyelid of Evander Holyfield.
Larry is talking to Evander Holyfield as he fights him. Holyfield obliges him with a combination that lands. Good left to the body and the right over the top from Holyfield.
Cut is opened up again, and it is dripping blood, and there's got to be a sense of urgency on Holyfield's part at this.
Holmes would love nothing better than to work the jab right at that cut.
Jab anywhere. Second thing you'd like to do is land it on that cut, but he's got his hands full landing it anywhere. It's really Evander Holyfield that seems to be laboring with his breathing at this point.
Not to mention the age differential.
2 minutes and 2.5 minutes of this round really has been doing all the fighting in this round, and
Holyfield breathing heavier than Holmes at this point,
yes,
which is rather amazing in the final seconds of the 8th round.
He's got a lot to deal with, especially with this cut.
9th round, Evander, you're way ahead of us here. You're gonna box this guy, outsmart this guy, keep him in the center of the ring.
And Lennox Lewis through 8 rounds. How have you scored it for us tonight?
So far, I've scored 5 rounds for Holyfield and 2 rounds for Holmes and 1 draw. Holmes is gaining a lot of ground.
You see the replay? It looked like an elbow to you, too?
Yeah, that was an unlucky shot. Definitely.
Well, that should be the 8th round, rather than round 0. Most important man here tonight, Ace Murata, the cut man in Holyfield's corner. Right now, he has it stopped as we begin the 9th round.
Don Turner urging Larry Holmes to come out and fight a little bit more. He knows he probably dropped that round by really being virtually, he threw very few punches in that round, and Holyfield definitely took that round by virtue of his pressure and his body work. But Holmes has got to get busy if he wants to get back in this fight and rack up some more points.
Holyfield scored water over him during that break. Action has slowed here in the last couple of rounds. And Holyfield swings and misses, and his own momentum took him down. Drilled a slip, of course. Holyfield going for the big roundhouse, and they touch gloves.
Kind of not being as active as he should be if he wants to win the World Heavyweight Championship. He's kind of the rope-a-dope or the stuff in the corner that was working so well for him.
He's abandoned just about everything in this round, Joe. Very out punch. Judging a round like this, it's really the man who carries the action. And up to this point, it's Holyfield.
That's right.
He snaps Holmes' head back with another jab. Oh, and Larry counters with a right hand.
This is what I pointed out at the beginning of the fight. He's fading a little bit here. He's trying to steal the round by coming out at the end of the round here, the last minute, and it's being somewhat successful. He's being somewhat successful with it. But
last 3 rounds, conditioning will tell in the warm Las Vegas night. It's no longer hot. Holyfield cracks a right hand, and really his advantage in this round based on his activity in taking the fight to home.
You got to step to your left and hit him with
Boy, you got the shot. You got the shot. Squatter.
Championship, and really a lull has settled over. Crowd waiting for something to happen with him, and now he's backing off the ropes a little bit. But worked very effectively in the 2nd and 4th rounds for Larry Holmes. Has a real elbow from Larry Holmes right at the end of the round. Bleeding has been stopped. Credit Ace Murata for that.
beautiful job. What an occasional right hand downstairs from Larry Holmes also right there. Throughout this fight, the defensive tag have really taken its worn out Evander Holyfield. He's really had to expend a lot of energy. He's missed a lot of punches, had a lot blocked, and it shows right here. He just doesn't look as vigorous as he should.
Over the last couple of rounds from Larry Holmes.
Well,
and a few boos from the crowd
right,
as they also sense the inactivity amongst these two heavyweights going for the title. And if it continues like this and finishes up a decision, it should. And as I watch this, I'm wondering if Mike Tyson meant what he said the other night, that he's not interested in boxing and doesn't want to fight. And I'm wondering if he is not watching this in Indiana tonight behind bars and what he might be thinking. Inside of 30 seconds remaining in the 10th round. You're behind bars at America's institutions, Joe.
No, they just have basic cable.
So much of the same. The 8th, 9th, and 10th round. Lennox Lewis, your mic is open now, so feel free to join in the commentary here in the 11th round, and we'll see what the tactics are as less than 6 minutes now remain in the title fight.
Oh, a beautiful right hand by Larry Holmes. Another one, and those really have Evander a little wobbly, even though he's still moving forward. Those have him shaken.
One of Holmes' better punches tonight. It comes in the 11th round. Maybe he was saving himself in the last 3.
He doesn't look like he's ready to fight back after these right hands. He's not counter-punching. He's kind of falling backwards. I think Larry Holmes should really be turning it on right here.
If he can, that's the question. Evander Holyfield's right eye a little bit closed as he goes with the left hand. Joe, that's the question.
You know, this fight, he's probably not in all the way. I'm sure the
big right hand in the start of the 11th, but hasn't followed up. Holyfield still content to work the body.
Holyfield as the champion is looking a little tired out there.
Well, this is exactly what happened to him a year last April against George Foreman, of course. At the end, it was Evander Holyfield that was really looked the more fatigued of the two. Both of them were very tired, but Evander the more fatigued of the two.
connects with a right hand. Holyfield tries to go back after him, but another good right hand.
Holmes, and he bailed out with a left hook. And of course, we got a little time. I think a little tape on the glove of Larry Holmes.
Blood there by the right eye.
All right, time. All right, heavy.
Of the 11th round. And a good Larry Holmes.
Another good 1-2 from Larry Holmes. Comes out with a couple more. Big landed a good 7-8 good right hands during that round.
Last round, baby.
This guy's gonna try to throw bombs. 3 minutes, baby.
3 minutes. 3 minutes, baby.
3 minutes in the new.
Here we go with a little replay. We got a little frozen action there. And here's Holmes missing a hook and stepping to the side, coming back with a chopping right hand.
Did you hear what Larry said there? I've got to knock him out. That was Holmes saying.
He knows it, and he's the only rational one really right now in that corner, because they're telling him 3 minutes, and really what he needs is a knockout in this fight.
Touch gloves for the 12th and final round for the World Heavyweight Championship. Holyfield abandoning the jab there in the 11th. Knockout. He knows himself he needs it.
There's that jab landing on that cut, and it did reopen it again.
Of course, Holmes thinks he needs the knockout, but when it goes to judges' scorecards, you just don't know how close it might be at this point.
Nice left hook to the liver by Holyfield, following a couple shots to the head.
Holyfield, left hook connects.
One of the things that can happen when you get a little desperate and need a knockout like Holmes does, or thinks he does, you leave yourself vulnerable to maybe some strong shots by Holyfield.
Look at the laughing from Larry Holmes. Now he goes into a bit of an Ali movement as Holyfield was landing there, and Holmes was showing disdain, but he has to show more than that here with 1:40 remaining.
That's right, and by things going to happen for Larry Holmes. He's got to press it like he did with that right hand, and that was a nice shot. Well, I'll tell you, he's landed some beautiful right hands on Holyfield. Holyfield's chin, as we well know, is a real good one.
Remarkable that the 13-year age difference, and they're breathing about the same here with 1:12 to go in a 12-round fight.
Two more right hands, a long one and a short one on the inside, landed by last Spinks fight, which I think he did, and maybe try to make it up to him a little bit.
I think that's a reach, Joe.
I don't know. It's a long fight recently against Tommy Hearns and Iran Barkley. They, in my estimation, gave Tommy Hearns a lot more credit in that fight than they should have against Barkley.
Maybe based on overall reputation, but not one specific incident. Here we go with 33 seconds remaining. Larry Holmes coming on strong in the 11th and 12th after resting in 8 through 10.
Couple good hooks by Holyfield.
Holyfield with the left hand. And this fight ending in a flurry, and Holyfield with the left. It has Holmes up against the ropes, and Holmes trying to battle out of there with 15 seconds to go. Both looking for one big punch, and now Holyfield backs off.
It's Holmes who runs Holyfield off the ropes here. He only had 15 seconds left. He should fight to the finish here and ensure the victory for himself.
And Holyfield ends bleeding, and the two of them, well, finally, Holyfield the one to put an arm around Holmes. Holmes, as George Foreman did before him, takes the champion the distance. And as you see, Lennox Lewis gave the last 2 rounds to Larry Holmes. So on Lennox's unofficial scorecard, he has Holyfield a 3-point winner. And a smile from Larry Holmes and a hug. Final statistics, total punches in the fight. Evander Holyfield threw a lot more, landed 40 more. Holmes's connect percentage as a result a little bit higher. Evander Holyfield certainly the aggressor, and that comes into effect with number of punches landed as well when it's scored. Jabs in the fight. Evander Holyfield threw a bit more, and quite even. And we're ready now for the decision, everyone. Michael Buffer.
We go to the scorecards. Chuck Giampa scores about 116 to 112. That's the same score, 116 to 112 from Carol Castellano. And Glenn Hamada has it 117 to 111 for the winner by unanimous decision, and still the undisputed heavyweight champion of the world, Evander Real Deal Holyfield. Ladies and gentlemen.
So just about as we saw it, Evander Holyfield retains his title, and now we'll look forward to the winner of the Riddick-Bowe-Pierre Kutzer fight coming up in July.
Larry Holmes proved that he a crafty fighter, had a great defense, and it was hard to figure him out. And a lot of shots that I hit, he was just able to shield, win.
What happened there along the ropes when that clash of I think it was his elbow that hit you in the eye? What exactly happened there in your mind?
Well, I threw the right hand, and he was swinging. He missed with a shot, and his elbow caught me. How in the eye, something that happened my first battle wound.
Larry, you fought a tremendous defensive fight, and you had some real flashes of brilliance, some great right hands. It seemed like you faded a little bit towards the end as far as your offense was concerned. I know Don Turner was encouraging you to fight more, and at the end you said in the last round you needed a knockout. Summarize the fight for me if you can.
Well, he didn't follow my plans, which, that's the right thing to do. He fought a good fight, a smart fight, and he's stronger than I thought he would be. And he didn't tire like I thought he would. So, he's got my support. He's a great champion, and I think he can go a long way. You can't take nothing from the guy. The guy's a tough fighter, and he wanted that championship, no matter what people say about him. He's a great champion, and I just want to thank Holyfield for giving me the opportunity, Bob Arum, and my wife for helping me out, going along with it. And I want to say to all the fans around the world, hey, thank you for the support. I gave him my best, and we're going to go home and get on my boat and go fishing.
Now, Larry, in my estimation, you look like you could have beaten a lot of the top 10 guys, or at least a few of the top 10 guys in the heavyweight division. And keeping that in mind, does that mean that you might go on and continue to challenge maybe some of the other guys and try for another shot?
Starting all over again. It's really rough, y'all. Real rough. So what I want to do is relax, not say anything about anything as far as going on or whatnot. I'm 42 years old, and we just want to relax a little bit. We had a good year and a half in this comeback, and I accomplished a lot. These young lions out there is not fighting anyone, and let me tell them all right now, they better be ready when they go in the ring with Evander Holyfield, because
now